Hey there YouTube, Imogen Hearts here, and today I'm coming to you with a very pretty princessy prom look. This look is pretty simple, but definitely makes a statement. And if you don't have a prom to go to, don't worry. This is a great look for like job interviews or even just work itself, or even just for a nice day out going to the shopping market. Doesn't really matter. It is a really pretty look, but I thought it was perfect for prom. And so I hope that you guys enjoy this, and to see how I did this look with a step-by-step tutorial, keep on watching. To start this look off, I'm going to be applying a primer. A primer is key in a look like this, just because you're building a canvas for the rest of your makeup to go on to, and this is going to help it stay a lot longer as well. Next, I'm going to be applying my foundation. Now, I'm using a foundation with no to little SPF and no silica. Those can tend to wash you out when you're taking lots of photos, so try to use a foundation that has yellow undertones, makeup like Revlon, Photo Ready, things like that. Photo Ready makeup is going to be your best shot with this, just because you want those photos to look great. And always make sure that you're blending down into your neck. You don't want any funny lines of color. You want to stay blended and look natural. And also tinted moisturizers can be great too, because they give your skin that natural glow. So those are what I would use for a foundation for this look. Next, I'm going to be applying a concealer. Now, I'm using a concealer that isn't too far away from my own skin tone. I don't want these crazy white eyes when I take the photos, but I do want to cover up some of my sensitive areas. So I'm covering up any place that I could go red throughout the night, and then I'm going to, of course, go underneath my eyes for any dark circles. And then I personally have a vein that shows, so anything that you feel like you need to conceal extra well, just throw a little concealer on there, but make sure it's pretty close to your own skin tone. Next, I'm just taking a powder and I am going to dust this over my face. I'm using a NYX, the mattifying powder, just because matte can look a lot better in photos as opposed to anything with shimmers. It can do some weird things with the light. Now I am applying a primer all over my eyelid, and I'm using just a flesh tone primer to kind of just even out my skin tone on my lids. Here I'm using just another flesh tone eyeshadow. This one's Start Here from War Paint Beauty. Any flesh tone is going to work. And I'm just going to dust this in my eye area from my crease to my brow and then down into the inner corner of my eye. Next, using this baby pink right here, I'm just going to dust that over my lid area and slightly up into my crease. I'm just kind of blending that out and making it look like a nice gradient into that neutral tone that we just applied. Now, using this deep brown here and a blending brush, I'm going to take that ever so lightly into my crease. I don't want this to be super dominant. I just want that little hint of a depth right there. Now I'm just using a nude pearl tone, and I'm going to be dusting that underneath my brow. This is going to pull your eyes forward, as well as dusting just a little bit of that into the inner corner of my eye, and this will open up your eyes. Now, using this soft pink here, I'm going to apply that to the outer half of my lid. I'm just kind of concentrating the color there towards the outer half, but I'm making sure it's still blended as well. You don't want any funky lines going on your eye makeup. So I'm just kind of packing that on there. Now I'm using a gray gel liner. And I'm just going to smudge that on my lower lash lines. Don't worry if it doesn't look perfect right now. We're going to kind of smoke this out here in a second. And I'm using a gray because it's not as harsh as the black. I don't want to look like I have raccoon eyes or anything like that. I just want a nice soft look. So I applied that on my lower lash line to about my pupil, and then did the same on the top lashes and then met them there at the outer corner. And now with my finger I'm just going to kind of smoke that out, or just kind of blend it out a little bit so the edges aren't so harsh. Now using a liquid black liner with a little bit of sparkle in it, I'm going to apply that to the outer half of my lid, and I'm just keeping that fairly close to my lash line, creating a growing effect. It's going to get wider as we go out, and I'm keeping that close to my lash line and going to create about a medium-sized slit here right at the outer corner. And I'm going to bring that back up and connect it. Now I'm going to fill in my eyebrows. Filling in your eyebrows can actually make or break a look. Filling in your eyebrows frames your face and actually makes your eyes pop even more. It brings your face forward. So I'm just lightly going over my eyebrows here and filling them in. I don't want anything too dramatic or dark. I'm just giving them a light dusting here so that they're nice and filled in. Now taking a bronzer, I'm using a light bronzer here, and I'm just going to start dusting that on the planes of my face. Now taking a deeper contouring bronzer, I'm going to also go on the contours on the planes of my face and making a 3 and an E on the either side of my face. I'm going from my temples of my forehead to the hollows of my cheeks to right under my jawline, and then right here on either side of my nose. Now taking a really pretty peach pink, I am going to be applying that right along my cheekbone. I like to apply it here because that's where the sun naturally would be hitting your cheeks as opposed to the apples. Now just for a little bit of shimmer, I'm going to be taking a highlighting color and I'm going to dust that onto my cheekbones here. That's going to kind of give you a glowy effect in photos too, but be careful not to go too crazy with glitter and shimmer because then it can also reflect funny in the lights. So I'm going to apply some fancy false lashes and I'll be right back. And using my favorite mascara, I'm just going to lightly coat my top lashes, mending my false lashes with my real lashes so that they're the same color. And then I'm going to give a coat to my bottom lash line. Now for the lips, I am taking just a kind of like a cupcake pink lip pencil, and I'm just lining my lips with this. And now with my Revlon lip butter, I am going to take my baby pink color here and apply that to my lips. I think lip butter is great for prom just because it's something that stays on fairly long and it's not too heavy and cakey, and you can kind of keep it in your purse really easy. And so that was how I did the look. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. I hope that you guys have a rockin' prom, and thank you so much for watching my video. Bye, YouTube.